outside the 20% time limit yesterday, but the referees reinstated them because of the extreme weather conditions. And today, Seb, is going to be another absolute scorcher.
Exactly. Take a look at the interesting figures. Temperature 38 degrees, humidity at 72. And we are heading south of Cebu City here today, straight to Arnao and back.
Yesterday the stage went north, keeping the sea on the right. Today we go south, keeping the sea on the left. It's quite a simple route, but today no hills whatsoever, so we expect to see, as always in this race, a good attacking day. And immediately the neutralised flag has come in. The race has strung out. All 84 men know now that once again being put under pressure. And not least the yellow jersey, the leader of the tour now, Arnel Kirimet, because he's going to have to watch every move like a hawk.
Total of 7 stage wins ever since he took. Oh, we had some early punctures.
Well, a little bit of bad road construction here, and here we have trouble again for one team, and it looks as though they're shouting the spare wheels. We've got a situation here where teammate Alberto Primero is changing wheels with Neil Barlis, both on the Nube Shia team. As the cars go by, they should rejoin the race okay, because the race convoy is still going by, so they'll be able to nip in amongst the cars and get back into this big group. Well, these aren't in the big group right now. This is the first attack of the day. And number 24 going off the front, Carlo Yasul. On the attack, we've done something like 7 kilometers, that's all. And Yasul for the Philippines national team on the attack immediately. And this is Davidia trying to get up there now. This is a serious move here by Juan Davidia, because he is second overall. Now, Bernardo Lentada, he won this race back in 1991 and clearly feeling good again.
Exactly, in very dramatic fashion, winning it against Carlo again on the very last day of competition.
There's on Galvanez making these riders a group of 5 at the front at the moment. Dangerous move very early on, and a good intelligent move too by Davidia, because while everybody watches his teammate, the yellow jersey, Arnel Kirimet, he's trying to nip away because he holds second place. 7 seconds behind this morning, he's further than that in front right now. The back of the race here, and trouble on the one. Remember Pastor Valdez punching yesterday when he would have finished amongst the leaders. He's just punching again. He's joined his teammates who are also coming back from a flat tyre. So 3 of them now trying to rejoin the race. That really is bad luck for the New Asia team.
In the meantime, a very picturesque portion of this route.
Oh, it's a lovely route today, Seb, and the weather, clear blue skies, perfect for making television pictures. There's the leaders gone through. This will give you an idea now of the sort of gap between the leaders and the main pack, which is keeping together as a big field right now. Something like 78 riders, all massed up together in that big field. And the yellow jersey of Kirimet not far away from the front either.
If the cyclists did not come in, I would have thought it was a painting.
Well, this man wouldn't agree, Marcio Raposa, because they're having some rotten luck today, the Filipino regional rider. This is a Metro Manila rider. He's got a flat back tyre now, and he wants a good change, so they push him off into the back of the convoy of cars again. Chain is off though. I hope he realises it before he jumps off the saddle. There's the mechanic putting that right. Oh, this is a sad time, because this is Susanto Tonton. We heard he dropped back to the ambulance. Yesterday he collapsed after the finish, and it looks as though whatever that problem was, we think it's dehydration. He's out of the race this time, and he was one of our favourites.
This is, of course, very tragic. The Indonesians also had some difficulties yesterday. 3 of their riders, fortunately, were reinstated to rejoin the Marlboro Centennial Tour.
Well, while Tonton Susanto is in trouble at the back and probably retiring from the event, these 3 riders are getting on very much with the action here. They're being led by number 94 at the moment, Lentada, former winner of this tour. Number 24 at the back is Carlo Yasul. He's been so active today. He has attacked since the 6th kilometre. His breakaways have been caught, and he's gone again.
This is something Carlo Yasul does on a regular basis, even in the Tour of Langkawi.
A very good Tour of Langkawi this year. He was often in the thick of the action, and he came out of that race obviously with good form, because he was searching for the top 4 now to put into action in this event. We just saw the start there. Well, that's of the allowing of drinks to the riders now as we go back a long way down the road behind the field, and in fact Tonton has this. He's being taken to the ambulance, and sadly one of the race favourites goes down as the first retirement of the race this year. 1 kilometre to the first sprint, so we're at 38 kilometres covered here. We've also got Noli Di Rosario in this little group. Two riders are chasing as well. Oka is one of them. The other one is Federico Cruz. So we could very shortly have 5 men up front.
Do you find it unusual that the so-called lesser lights are charging in front while the main stars are bunched together?
Well, I think there's always a sense here that you can succeed in this event if you are willing to attack a long way from the finish. It happened yesterday and it worked, and they're trying it again today. It's a good move by the Filipino national team to put Yasul up here because they're keeping the top 2 men back in the field. Yasul has come out front and he's looking for the points at the special Adidas sprints. Here are the 2 chasers I just mentioned, the Oka and Cruz. Coming up, Cruz was the one in the orange jersey off the back here, and in fact Yasul has taken a look over his shoulder and seen them coming. So these 3 riders are coming up to the first Adidas sprint of the day with 5 points for the winner, and the rider leading them out at the moment is Di Rosario, and the rider sitting here just on the back of the race is Lentada, a vastly experienced man who won this tour back in 1991. And here comes Federico Cruz, Lentada's teammate, to latch on the back just in time for the sprint. Yasul is going for the points here, and a lot of power in those legs as Carlo Yasul goes. He's being chased the line, but Yasul doing just enough to win the sprint and keeping what strength he needs to carry on with the race. So Yasul gets first, Rosario gets second, and Cruz came from the back to just nip in there for 3rd place. 5 men in the lead now, Seb.
It looked like Del Rosario ran out of steam there, and Yasul really gave such a blistering pace.
Well, the Filipino national team on day 3 of this race can't do a thing wrong. Here's the leader being spoken to by the winner 2 years ago. If he does get across to the leaders, Seb, then they will have a new race leader and he'll still be a member of the Philippine squad.
Amelia just 7 seconds behind Arnel Kidamit in the general classification going into today's race. Interesting the way they were playing cat and mouse yesterday with the Malaysian rider towards the finish of our first stage yesterday.
Well, these are the leaders, and they're getting bigger all the time. They've now swelled some 17 riders. I think if we can scan down these riders shortly, you might well see that Davadilia has joined that lead group. Here's the main field. They are now in the turning point, and here's the gap going up, so we'll know just how far behind they are. 17 riders up front now, a minute 40 seconds the gap, and as we speak, there's a new leader of this race on the highway, Seb, and it's now Warren Davadilia, who finished second yesterday. Now that's every reason for the race leader to ease back now, relax, because his teammate is in the lead. He should wait for the counterattack to come from the other big names. Kilometre to go to the second and final Adidas sprint of the day. This is around about 68 kilometres covered. And Carlo Yasul, who's in this breakaway, has been virtually all day. He won the first sprint ahead of Noli Di Rosario and Federico Cruz. That was the result of sprint 1. And Carlo Yasul up here again for the Filipino national team.
Phil, do you find it unusual, maybe even odd, that Davadilia is making his charge despite the fact that his teammate Kidamit is the one wearing the yellow jersey?
No, I think it's a great tactic, sir, because it's the tactics the old Soviet Union riders used to do. When you've got your man in the lead, you keep him in the bunch, the big boys watch him, and you send your other men off up the road to try and reverse the situation. So this is a very good move at the moment, and Gonzalo Espiritu is also up here. So in fact, the 4th rider overall is in this breakaway as well. From my calculation, we've got 5 riders in the top 10 have now found their way into this leading group. So that's going to complicate matters for the big names who haven't yet fired very strongly so far. And there he is on the front, Warren Davadilia, the new leader of the tour. I'm not surprised he's working hard. Second overall this morning at 7 seconds. He's got all of that time back now as they start to warm up for the second Adidas sprint of the day. This is for 5 points for the win, and Yasul won the first one, and Yasul is going to go and try to win the second one. This will give him the lead in the competition, I think, if it works out. Finish. Look at the sprint on Yasul. Made it look easy. He gets the maximum points over the line. Esteo is second, and Hamad is third for the Malaysian team. The Malaysians riding very cleverly today. They've had a man in every move.
Excellent control by Yasul. I thought he'd fall off the bike just a while ago as we take a look at these 3 riders.
Well, this is life in the peloton. In fact, 2 rivals here pushing along Roberto O'Connor. A helpful shoe plate, and they're all going to catch up with the main field again. Technically not allowed, but I think everybody accepting that as a sporting gesture.
Number 55.